Hi everyone, it's Rebecca Gabrielle here from Living with Spice. I decided to do something a little bit different today. So I'm outdoors in a beautiful park close to where I live. So there will be a few interruptions probably. There's a lot of beautiful birds around here, but we have some very well-known cockatoos that sound more like prehistoric birds. And of course we have children and families that keep walking past. So if you don't mind the distractions, I hope you enjoy this outside reading. I'm doing a card reading for this week coming. So today's the 21st of July. So for the next 7 days, hopefully this reading will be helpful to you. Take what resonates with you and the context of your life and what is going on. And needless to say, this is a general reading. And if you would like to have a personal reading that is more specific to your circumstances, please contact me. We can organise that as well. So if you enjoy the video and the reading, please like and subscribe to the video. I'd also like to give you a very brief message, a bit of a preview. I have just completed my first book called The Power of Soul Loving, and so I will be arranging a little bit of more promo about that book, but I just wanted to let you folks know that it's there, and it's very exciting to have finally completed this. It's been several years in the making, and I'm very excited to share this message of love and what it means to live through soul loving. Anyway, let's get started with the reading. So I have pre-shuffled these cards and I have a few decks to choose from for today. So with this first one, we have a deck by Colette Baron Reid, and it's quite a well-known one. So we have one card. I'm going to ask for 4 cards this morning. We've got another 2 that have just popped out. We ask you, Spirit Guides, to give us a message that will be helpful for this week. Just need another 2 cards to pop out. There we go. All right. So we have Never Ending Story. I apologise if the light's not great today, but anyway, Never Ending Story. We have Round and Round. We have By the Book. And we have Message in a Bottle. So let's do a quick cap of what this means for us today. So at the moment, your energy, you have been feeling in the last, say, give it a week, last few days in particular, like your circumstances are not changing. So that's why we've got this never-ending story come up. You feel like you're going round and round the mountain and nothing's changing in your life. Well, Spirit is letting us know this perhaps is how you're feeling, but it's not really the reality. And that's okay, but don't stay bogged down in this heavy energy, because it doesn't do you any favours. You know, there's acknowledgement that you're feeling this way, but to be honest, when you recap over the last several months and even the last couple of years, whilst it may feel like you're going round the mountain and doing the same old, you have actually made significant progress, in particular the lessons that you've learned in your life. And so whilst it may be frustrating not to see immediately progress right in front of you, if you are really honest with yourself and you do a truthful reflection of your circumstances, you have grown considerably and you know yourself very well. And so it's a little bit like, and I've mentioned this before, the dark before the dawn, feeling like there's no change, but you're right on that precipice. So take heart. You know, every time we do go around the mountain, we are actually climbing higher and we have a better perspective. We do know more. So don't be discouraged by that. So whilst things appear to be slow and you're in that moment of waiting, the Spirit is guiding you to take things step by step. There is no need to rush, and we have a tendency as human beings to want to rush to achieve what it is that our dreams are, the outcomes, and we want to race ahead because we want the answers now, because we've frankly had enough of waiting. But Spirit's saying, hold on and do things by the book, step by step and in sequential order, and you are going to get to where you want to go. This sort of follow the leader thing is more about doing things in sequence. And it also helps to reduce the overwhelm that sometimes we can feel when we don't feel like we're making progress and we're a little bit frustrated. So if we just take small chunks and small steps at a time, we'll see progress. Very soon, any moment now, you're going to receive a message or some communication that's going to help provide some clarity around your circumstances. So perhaps this message is a little unexpected for you, but it's good news, because any kind of communication, I think, sometimes is better than no communication, and we feel like we've been in the dark for a little while. But don't worry, this communication is coming, and it's going to help you to feel a little more settled than you have been. So the communication may come via phone, text or email. And it's nothing to be too concerned about. I think perhaps maybe there may be a little bit of fear around receiving some communication, you know, fear about how you're going to emotionally respond to it. But I'm not seeing any energy here that's indicating to me that you've got any reason to be concerned. So take the communication positively and expect it that this is going to help give you a little bit more clarity. So let's look at the next deck. I want to use my tarot deck here. So let's see what messages come out with this tarot deck for us today. One. Thank you, Spirit. We have 3 more cards, please, for the week ahead. They're very slippery. They're still relatively new. They slip and slide all over the place. So we have 3 more cards, please, to give us a message for this week. Okay, I'm going to pull them from the top today. So we have 9 of Cups. That's wonderful. Dreams coming to fruition. Apologies, folks, if you can't see it. There we go, 9 of Cups. So very good news indeed. And then we have the Prince of Swords. Whoa. Someone's coming in with a very quick message for you. So yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. And then we have the Princess of Swords. So we've got the Prince and the Princess of Swords. Oh, a lot of fast communication is happening here. And then we have the Lord. The Lord. Here we go. So this is the King of Wands, I think. I must need to check that actually. I'm not sure which one that is. Let's just quickly check which one that is. Perhaps it's 58. I just want to understand the equivalent of this one, because it's just called a little by a different name. Okay, so we'll get to that one in a minute. All right, so this is something to look forward to. The 9 of Cups. You're in a position of abundance coming to you, and you're counting your blessings. So this is really positive sign. So all of the things that you've been working towards in recent times are now coming to fruition, and you're sitting there feeling very pleased with yourself that finally you are starting to see some results. So this sort of heavy stuck energy like you've been going around the mountain is actually changing for you. So the 9 of Cups is a very positive message, bringing in the bacon, starting to see things fall into place. It's a beautiful calm energy and a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment around this card. You know, that finally things are coming together. Perhaps, you know, if it's to do with a project at work, you've been working long and hard for this project, you're starting to now see the rewards of this. You're reaping the benefits, and things are starting to come in for you. So this is a really positive card. It may also indicate that you're starting to receive payments for something you've been working on. Money's coming towards you. Good times. So things are starting to shift and change for you, which is fabulous. Now there is this Prince and Princess of Swords here. So there is some very fast and furious communication coming to you. Very interesting. So perhaps this has come as a response to something recently. And so, you know, let's just be mindful that at times when communication is fast and furious, we may not be very careful with our words. So we've got the masculine coming towards the feminine here. So it would seem to me that the masculine is very intent on making himself clear, and not wanting to miss out on an opportunity here. So someone is coming towards you. If you're the feminine, this is the divine masculine coming in and racing in to make sure not to miss out on an opportunity. Sometimes though, the impulsive nature of this kind of communication can be a little clumsy, so don't be put off by perhaps words that don't flow so smoothly or may seem abrupt. The intention is not meant to be abrupt. It's just the energy of being quick and not wanting to miss out on an opportunity, and to have this person wants to have their say. So take it as such. Don't take it too literal. Don't take offence as to how the message is delivered. Look more at the actual message itself. And of course, the Princess of Swords, beg your pardon, she's being a little bit more mindful of her words. You know, swords do indicate clear communication, and she knows exactly what she wants to say. She knows exactly how she's thinking and feeling. But she's perhaps a little bit more discerning and careful with her words. She's holding back, holding her tongue, listening. So perhaps that is her response to this fast and furious energy coming in from the Prince. So, and that's okay. Use your good listening ears before you respond. That's good advice. And then let's come and have a look at the Lord here. I'd like to see a deeper message around this. There's a very stoic, intent, purposeful energy here. So the message here is about taking control of your life and ensuring that you set in place healthy boundaries for you. This has got a very masculine energy around this card, and the emphasis is around rational thinking, logical thinking, doing things by the book, ensuring things are done properly and for the long term. If you are in a position of leadership, you're being called to stand up and to act with clarity and integrity. And what you're doing, the way you're moving forward, and what you're choosing to say and do, you're being this person here is being very mindful of what they say and do. It's with purpose and intent. It's not impulsive. There's a lot of strength around this card. I'm getting feeling we're dealing with two different energies in this reading. So we've got the masculine energy here, which is very strong and very powerful this week. And there may be a tendency for the communication to appear to come across as harsh, but it's not meant to be hurtful. It is just clear, concise, grounded. This is what I stand for. This is my intention. This is my purpose. So take this as a positive message, because where there has been a lack of certainty, now this is being made clear to you. So with this energy, the Princess of Swords is listening, discerning, evaluating the communication carefully, not responding impulsively. So that's a good way to approach this week. Very interesting. So there's quite a lot of emphasis on communication, moving out of this stuck energy and with guidance around doing things step by step, acknowledging that you're going to receive some communication, but let's not forget that good things are coming your way. This 9 of Cups is excellent. Now this is the result of projects being completed, business deal, but also things lining up really beautifully in terms of relationships. If this has been a focus for you, things are starting to line up. But I'm getting a real sense of order here. Everything in its right timing, everything in its sequence. So, there may have been some frustration around things not happening in the timing that you've wanted, but Spirit and the universe are emphasizing the importance of things having its right timing and in the right sequence, and for you to trust in that. This energy here of the Lord is very grounded and very certain. So this, I believe, is energy that you can trust in. So if there has been uncertainty in the past, this is something that is grounded and is stable, is based on truth, values and integrity. Just dropped my glasses, excuse me, I'll pick those up. Okay, so I'd like to pick a couple of cards from these decks here, just to give us a brief message of what is important for you to focus on this week in terms of your own energy. Okay, so we've got stay connected, find your center, and ancestral wisdom. So it's important this week that you remember that you are part of spirit. You are first and foremost a spiritual being having a physical experience. And sometimes when we're feeling a little bit in this lost energy, we can feel a little bit alone. But Spirit's reminding you, you are never alone. Okay, you're always being guided and supported by your angels and spirit guides. And so it's really important for you to spend time in nature, meditation, in a place of stillness and quiet, just to remember your purpose and what you're doing, so you don't feel that you're losing your sense of direction. Sometimes we can feel like we're losing our sense of direction, but keep your thoughts on what your purpose is about, your soul purpose. Remember to stay connected with who you are. The next card is a similar message, find your center. When everything seems to feel very hectic on the outside, this message is reminding us to come back to what is good for you, what is your inner compass, and what your purpose is. So if you're feeling like there's so much chaos going on around you, and it's getting just a little bit too noisy, come back to what is important to you. And then the last one we have is called ancestral wisdom. So your soul family are reminding you that they are with you and they're traveling the journey with you, and they're assisting you with guidance, support, comfort, but they're also reminding you that in this present life today, you have brought with you wisdom from past lives. There's a lot that you have learned, and let's not forget that. Sometimes we can feel like we're losing our way, and we start to go into self-doubt, and we forget everything that we have learned and our own sort of values. So it's important to remember that there's so much more to you, and that you've come into this lifetime with a lot of skills and talents and wisdom from previous lives. So don't forget that spiritual aspect of who you are. This is a reason, it's helping you with your purpose in this lifetime, to use everything that you have learned in the past. And this is important for your way forward and the purpose of what you're doing. So as things are getting lined up and getting ready for you, this is something that's very important for you to remember. Coming back to yourself, coming back to center, staying out of the chaos, refocus on your purpose and what's important to you. So just a few more cards, last round of deck from this beautiful deck from Kyle Gray, yes. So let's just pull a couple of cards. this is a new deck for me, and we'll see what messages we have for this week. Okay, so we have it's time to breathe, transformation, and the miracle of forgiveness. Beautiful. So definitely, if you've been feeling, and certainly my previous card reading was how we've all been sort of feeling a little bit depleted with the full moon and lunar eclipse energies, you know, if you are feeling kind of like your cup is empty and there's nothing left in your tank, now is the time to relax, take some time out, sleep if you need to sleep, go for a walk in nature. This is beautiful out here. This is what fills me up. So take time to breathe. Take time to breathe. Enjoy some relaxation. You know, it's so much easier to get clarity and to feel rejuvenated when we take time out. And then Archangel Zadkiel is here to remind us that we are actually transforming from our past challenges. You know, despite feeling like we might be going around the mountain, there's definitely progress being made here, and you're being divinely guided and supported. Transformation is happening in your life, happening within, and it's going to start to be apparent in your external circumstances, as we know with this card, the Nine of Cups. So a nice reminder that transformation is actually happening. And then we have the card from Archangel Jeremiah about forgiveness. So, you know, perhaps this week, following quite intense communication from another person, and, you know, the opportunity for you to reflect on some things, and this is very much a reflection energy, it's probably a really good time to go into your heart space and to remember that sometimes forgiveness itself is necessary, which is self-compassion and self-love, as much as it is important sometimes to forgive perhaps the harshness of others or the lack of discernment from others. So that spirit of forgiveness is really important in terms of our healing and our well-being. So that's your reading for this week, folks. A lot of emphasis on you know, how we are feeling, the importance of doing things step by step to help us get through some of the overwhelm and the muck that we've been feeling. Acknowledging the fact that good things are coming, but there's an importance to be able to do things sequentially, step by step, and have faith and trust that things are going in the right direction for you. Come back to centre, take care of your health and well-being, rest when you need to, and take heart, because transformation is actually happening for you. All right, I hope you enjoy that reading for this week. Have a lovely week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.